At the end of this video, you can able to understand about the construction and working of lead acid battery. See here, this is the diagram of lead acid battery. I draw this diagram for single cell. So here you should understand about the battery. So what is mean by battery? Battery is a device which converts chemical energy into electrical energy. So during the discharging condition, the battery will produce the electricity by converting the chemical energy. So this is a very important. And then during the charging condition, what will happen? The electrical energy is given to the battery so that the battery converts the electrical energy into chemical energy during the charging condition. So this is the overview of battery. Now we will move to the main components of the lead acid battery. See here, this is the diagram you are having. I draw this diagram for charging condition. Here the outer layer, so this is container. So plastic container is available to absorb the shock and vibration so that the chemical reaction will not be affected. Here first thing is cathode. See, this is the cathode. This is the cathode. Cathode indicates the negative terminal, and you are having the positive terminal also. Here this is the positive terminal, that means this is anode, it is the positive terminal. So you are having the two electrodes, one is cathode and another one is anode. So one is positive electrode and another one is negative electrode. And then you are having the separator. The separator will be like this. This separator separates these two electrodes, then only the short circuit will not be created inside the battery. And then finally you are having the electrolyte. Here the electrolyte will be the solution. So you are having the electrolyte. Two electrodes are immersed in the electrolyte. For lead acid battery, the electrolyte will be sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid. So these all are the main components of the lead acid battery. So this is the construction. So anode is the positive plate. The anode will be lead peroxide. Lead peroxide material is taken as a anode, and then sponge lead will be cathode. For the reaction purpose they are taking sponge lead. So your electrolyte will be H2SO4, sulfuric acid available. So these all are components packed by using the container. Here the plastic container protects the shock and vibration. Here separator. So you are having the separator. This separator allows only the partial amount of ions between these two electrodes. So these all are the construction of lead acid battery. Now we will move to the working of lead acid battery. During the working condition, you can split into two conditions. One is discharging condition and another one condition is charging condition. First we will see the discharging condition. During the discharge, the load will be, this is the charging condition. So during the discharge condition, load will be connected with these two electrodes. This is the negative electrode and this is the positive electrode. So here I am taking lead peroxide as a electrode, and here I am taking sponge lead will be the cathode. the electrolyte will be available and as well as separator will be available. In discharge condition, load will be connected between two terminals. This is the two terminal, this is one terminal and this is one terminal. Between these two terminal, load will be connected. If load is connected, what will happen? Here the sulfuric acid, so this is the electrolyte. This sulfuric acid split into two materials. One is hydrogen ions as well as sulfate ions will be separated. During the loading condition or discharging condition, this lead sponge lead becomes lead sulfate as well as your PbO2. What is called PbO2? Lead peroxide. So your lead peroxide also formed as a lead sulfate, and you are having the oxygen here, so it will be removed from the lead peroxide, as well as your electrolyte having the hydrogen ions here. So your electrolyte will be weak solution. During the discharge condition, the chemical reaction will be as follows. I will explain. So you are having the cathode Pb and as well as you are having the anode PbO2, and you are having the sulfuric acid, so 2H2SO4. During the discharge condition, your reaction will be like this. Here this sponge lead becomes lead sulfate. This will happen in the negative electrode, and then your positive electrode having lead peroxide, so this lead peroxide becomes PbSO4 also, and then this is the positive terminal, and then you are having the hydrogen sulfate. This sulfate goes to the this sulfate reacted with the Pb, and your H2 available here and your O2 available here. This will form water. So here your chemical reaction will be like this. This is the discharging condition. During the discharge condition, electron will flow from negative terminal to positive terminal. This is the flow of electron, and your charge will be like this. Your charge. So always current will flow in the opposite direction of flow of electron. So current will move from positive terminal to negative terminal. So next we will move to the charging condition. So this is a charging condition. So in charging condition, electricity will be given to the battery. Your charges will flow to the two terminals. Here this is the negative terminal, and then this is the positive terminal. This is the lead sulfate, and then you are having the lead sulfate here also. The separator will be like this. Your electrolyte becomes water during the discharge condition. So this battery fully discharged. If I am giving the current, what will happen is this lead sulfate will be splitted into two components, that is, one is lead sponge lead and another one is sulfate. So this sulfate goes to the hydrogen, and hydrogen sulfate will form here. So sulfuric acid will be created during the charging condition. So both of this condition, this separator allows only the partial amount of ions, so that the electricity will be passed in the external circuit. Here the flow of electrons will be like this, that is, flow of electron flows from positive terminal to negative terminal. So this is the flow of electron, and then your current will move negative terminal to positive terminal. So this is the current direction. So this is the charging condition. So during the charging condition, you are giving the power supply to the battery. So if your charge enters into the battery, means the lead sulfate will be separated into lead as well as sulfate. Here water is a weak solution. This water splitted into H2 as well as O2, and then this H2 will form as a hydrogen sulfate by reacting with the sulfate, and then your lead will be lead peroxide as well as sponge lead. So this is happening in the charging condition. We will see the chemical reaction in the charging condition. So after the discharge, what will happen? Your cathode will be lead sulfate, as well as your anode will be lead sulfate, and then your electrolyte will be water. So if you give the power supply, this lead sulfate splitted into lead as well as sulfate. Here also lead sulfate will be splitted into two components. This here also your H2O splitted into H2 as well as oxygen here. So your cathode will be sponge lead, as well as your anode will be lead peroxide, as well as your electrolyte becomes strong solution. Here this sponge lead will be created in the negative terminal. Your lead peroxide forms in the positive terminal. So here the hydrogen available, and here sulfate available. This sulfate reacts with the hydrogen and it forms the sulfuric acid. So this is the construction and the working of lead acid battery. So here what lot of advantages and disadvantages are available. What are the advantages of lead acid battery? I will explain you. It has less dangerous than other. So it is very safety, and then all parts are available in abundant. So the cost of battery will be very low, and then highly reliable is the another one advantage over the other batteries. And then the chemical reaction. So this chemical reaction takes place at a room temperature. So chemical reaction is a simple one. So chemical reaction takes place in a room temperature. So these all are the advantages of lead acid battery, and then we will see the disadvantages too. What are the disadvantages? It has low energy density as compared to a other battery like nickel cadmium as well as lithium ion battery. So low density available, low energy density is the main problem. And then it has shorter lifetime. So low lifetime is available in case of lead acid battery, and charging time is more in case of lead acid battery. So high charging time or longer charging time. So longer charging time is a main disadvantages here. And the next thing is weight. So weight will be more in case of lead acid battery. So your lead acid battery having more weight. So these all are the disadvantages of lead acid battery. Normally lead acid battery also used in lot of areas. Your automobile vehicles having lead acid battery for the to give the power supply for auxiliary systems, and as well as hybrid electric vehicle also having the lead acid battery. So your micro hybrid and mild hybrid, that vehicles requires only the lead acid battery. So these all are the construction and working of lead acid battery. So I also explained the advantages and disadvantages. Okay, we will see in the next video.